Hello and welcome back to Tits, Tums and All Things Mum. Before we get on with today's episode, I am so excited to announce that today is the day of my release of my brand new book, Dirty Laundry, which is out on Amazon, and I am so excited. So it's a relatable look into motherhood and the journey that parents go on through resentment, the mental load, default parenting, and then they find their way back to each other. They reignite that spark, and of course there is some dirty smuttiness in there too. So head to Amazon or head to Tits, Tums and All Things Mum on Instagram and you'll see the link on there to get your copy. I'm so excited. And today's episode is with the lovely Sarah from Aspire Clinic. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you, Lottie. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on. We always have great chats, so I was really excited to have you here today. Could you start by telling us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Sarah and I work at Aspire Clinic, which is based in Reading at the football stadium. Yeah. We've been established since 2009 and I've been working for them for the past 10 years. Yeah. And I really look after the sort of body transformation element of the business. So that could be things from fat freezing, muscle tightening, lots of different treatments. Yeah. So yes, and of course I've met you there as well.
You have met me, and you're a mum as well. So we always talk about like the parenting side of things and stuff like that. And we're going to talk a bit about that today and the pressure that is out there on mums to snap back into that pre-baby body. So yeah, the reason we met is because you did treat me, and it was amongst a journey that I've been on recently, which I've spoken quite openly about on my social media. I've lost 3.5 stone using injectable medications, but alongside that, I have also had CoolSculpting with yourself. Yeah. And I wanted to talk about the fact that there is this snapback culture, but the fact that I think we should, as women and as men as well, feel able to make changes to our body if we want to, for us, not to appease this snapback culture. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a really difficult one because there's so much out there on social media, and I think there is a lot of pressure. And I think we also have to ask ourselves, with the way social media is delivered to us, you know, what is real, what's not real. And ultimately it's about how you feel, how you felt, if it's in terms of having children, you know, how you felt beforehand and how you feel afterwards. And there is just so many changes that happens when you have children, and I think it's really about just being kind to yourself. If there's so much out there and you're looking at it and it's making you feel uncomfortable, I think just step away from it. Yeah. And just for you, just think about, okay, what's manageable? How do I want to feel? How did I feel before? What's going on now? I've had children. And what we do at the clinic is really offer that safe, lovely, nurturing environment where people can talk about their bodies, and we can set sort of realistic expectations, you know, understand what you're looking for as a patient, and taking all that sort of pressure away, and just exploring how you want to feel. It's about you. It's not about what's out there.
Yeah, because I did my weight loss, and I did it for health reasons to begin with. Lost all that weight, felt incredible health-wise, the healthiest and happiest that I've ever been. But in losing the weight, and you'll be able to explain why this happened better than I could, my lower tummy then became like an apron, like it folded over. I guess with the weight on, it maybe like pushed it out a bit, so it wasn't so much of an apron. But in losing the weight, I ended up with this apron belly, so it was hanging down. And I've actually shared the picture on my social media of the before and after of my CoolSculpting. And it's crazy because I had this big overhang and then that's just gone. So when you lose weight, why does that happen? Why do you end up with that sort of apron belly?
Yeah, well, I think by the time we've gone through puberty, your body's determined how many fat cells you're going to have and where they're going to be placed. And I think in your case, you know, when we have these little stubborn pockets, it's because our bodies have got a little cluster of fat cells in that area. And when we then look at ourselves, it's always going to be that area that's going to bother us. It's that stubborn pocket, you know, our area of concern.
Yeah.
And, as your weight goes up and down, so will those fat cells. And in your case, you just have a larger amount in that area. And therefore, when your weight was coming down in other areas, or your body fat's coming down in other areas, I should say, this is what was left. This was more visible.
Yeah.
And let's not forget what your body's been through as well, through having children. So you have an element of what is the skin doing as well. You may get sort of skin laxity afterwards too.
Yeah.
So, as you say, it was that area that you wanted to make just feel more comfortable, wasn't it, really? Just to reduce it. We could say debulk it, but everybody's journey is going to be so different. And it's not just the tummy, it could be other areas that go up and down.
And like, I've been speaking to some friends recently who have had various different things done, and I just thought you were so good in that when I got there, because it could have just been skin, and that in that case wouldn't have worked for CoolSculpting, but you straight away you had a feel, and straight away you could tell me what type of fat cells it was, whether it would be amenable to CoolSculpting or not. And you were just talking so openly about the nutrition, the exercise, all of the stuff that goes alongside CoolSculpting and all of that, and I just thought you were super helpful. So what would you say to someone who's got this apron belly or an area on their body and just isn't sure whether it would be amenable to CoolSculpting?
Yeah, so this is where the consultation comes in. And I also like to think that at Aspire, we sort of set ourselves slightly differently from some of the other clinics there. Because of my background, originally as a personal trainer, I have a really good understanding of the anatomy. So when, in your case, you came in and your area was the abdomen, we could sort of assess what was going on in the area, and also checking that, has your abdominal wall come back in properly after having children? And we would do that sort of general medical to make sure that there's no other contraindications there. But when we assess, we would, we stood you in front of the mirror, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had a little look together, and hopefully you felt quite comfortable doing that.
Yeah,
I can totally understand how, patients feel when they're standing there and getting the areas that they feel so self-conscious about out. But very gently we went through, and I had a feel of the area, and I had to really establish what was going on. Is it treatable? Okay. Is it a treatable area? And really understand your expectations for treatment here. So what were you looking at? What's your goal? Do you want it to go all the way back, or are we just thinking about reducing it slightly? Is the fat itself sitting in the tissue kind of loosely, or is it more compact and fibrous? And then it's understanding, okay, if we do go ahead and treat, what kind of result are we going to get for you? And that's where we come up with those plans. And alongside that, we did talk about sort of your dietary habits and maybe exercise or movement. And it's about getting a plan together where we can look at all these aspects and help and guide our patients to get the best out of their treatment with us. I mean, I can treat patients, that's fine, I can remove fat, but I do know that if a patient, I call it a journey, going on a journey with us at Aspire, and if we do then look at maybe make some dietary tweaks, maybe add some movement into your lifestyle, making it really manageable, especially when you've got children, super important, then you may get even better end results.
Because it's no good spending this money to go and get CoolSculpting to then just go and sit and eat chocolate all day long, because you're just not going to get those results long term. Because how does it work with the fat cells and everything? So you've removed some fat cells from me now, haven't you? But I could put them back, or explain that. The science baffles me.
It baffles you. So at point of treatment, so if we think about how we start, when I consulted you, I used my templates. And those templates are giving you a visual on the area that we're going to treat.
And we're going to have a look at those for show and tell in a little bit.
We will. And when it comes to the actual procedure, what we're doing is we're putting this applicator over you. We do use a gel pad to make sure that we completely protect the skin. And when that cycle, so we call it cycles, when that cycle starts up, we've got a controlled cooling technology that pushes through into the fat cells directly and destroys them at point of treatment. So we are creating cell death during the time you're in clinic with me. Now, from that moment onwards, we know we've got the destroyed cells, and the body very cleverly, will mop these cells up and take them through your lymphatic system, and we poo them out like any other waste. It's that simple. So you don't notice any change in the sense of, oh, my wee looks different or anything like that. It's a very natural procedure. Our body is removing waste 24/7 anyway. And then over that time frame, and we give it about sort of 12 weeks. We say 12 weeks from the clinical studies to say that, our body's eradicated all the fat cells, but we do start to see results as early as 3 weeks. And we will be always reviewing our patients at week 6 and week 12. And actually some patients, it's not just one treatment. You might come in for a few different treatments, and that all depends on what your goal is.
Yeah, I love that. So then if you were then to go and eat a load of crap after your treatment, could you then could you reverse what's been done in clinic is what I'm trying to say?
That's a good question. So when we've taken away those fat cells, they are permanently gone for good. And I think that's the really important point here. It's non-invasive, and those cells are destroyed and they are taken through the system. However, of course, behind the fat cells we've removed, we are going to have an existing amount of fat cells there. So within our body, if we go on and had a terrible diet, what we might find is that those fat cells that remain could increase in size. Or that might not be, your problem area going forward, but fat cells might increase in other areas. So, we would always encourage to have a healthy lifestyle going forward afterwards, and can advise on that as well.
Yeah, amazing. So how do you think we go about establishing whether we're wanting to make these changes based on what we want to do for ourselves or what the pressures that are put on us from society?
I would like to think that we want to do it for ourselves. I think what we're seeing on social media, the pressures from society, as you say, have opened the door for conversation. I think it's, especially some of the TV programs that we see, I can think of a couple at the moment where celebrities or presenters have gone into clinics and showcased different treatments that we do. And I do think that's a positive because it's almost broken the barrier. I find a lot of people they're very nervous about coming into the clinic environments. And they don't always understand what treatments are. And I think the positives from seeing what we've seen on social media and TV programs is that people understand what's out there. It gives them a broader sense of, okay, I have lots of options, or I didn't even know this existed. In one case, I also treat the mons pubis area, so that's the fatty pad in front of the pubic bone. And the amount of patients that say to me, oh, I didn't know this existed, and thank you so much, because it's a non-invasive, non-surgical form of making that area feel more comfortable for them. And so, yes, I think the pressure, you can look at it in both ways, really. There's a lot of imagery out there that we're looking at, but I really, really hope that people don't feel like that they've got to conform or they've got to look a certain way, or and I do hope those people also have the support from their family around them, from medical practitioners, from their friends as well, to understand that everybody's body is going to be different, especially after having children.
Definitely.
Do we all snap back? Probably not.
God, no.
I think about, yes, my children are 21 and 18, so I had mine a very long time ago. But thinking back to that point, what happened with my body, I don't think I was even prepared.
No.
I didn't really understand what my body was going to feel like after having children.
Exactly.
Let alone feeling the sort of pressures of getting back into even my clothing, for example.
Exactly.
So.
Even with all this weight loss and the treatment that I've had with you guys, I still have that creping and stretch marks and things, and that's completely normal. And I think, I openly show my body online to help other people feel less alone. I show the wobbly bits and the stretch marks and all of that stuff. And I think social media is kind of heading in that direction of people being a bit more open with different bodies. But there are still those perfect, polished, airbrushed people out there that people will inevitably compare themselves to. And I just hope that people know that it's not real and it's fake, and there are loads of different bodies out there. Everyone's different.
I completely agree. I don't think, what you see, is it real? Is that person happy? They might look the part, but actually are they happy?
But they might not even be real.
No, they might not be.
I follow Clarkson, who's Jeremy Clarkson's daughter, and she always shows her body online, and she does these videos which are really cool where she starts off where she looks like perfect, and I say that in air quotes, but she's giving this speech, and as she's speaking the edits drop away and she morphs back into what is her normal body. But at the beginning you can't tell that she's edited. She's just there talking in a video with a tiny waist, a flat tummy, perfect skin, tan, and slowly the edits drop away to leave her just as she is. And it's really powerful to see, first of all, how good the edit is and that you cannot tell at all that it's an edit. And second of all, just how easy it is to do. A normal person can just go on an app and just make themselves look completely different.
It's amazing.
It's wild, isn't it?
It is. It really is, yeah. So really question what you're looking at.
Definitely.
And I think education is a big thing with this industry.
Yeah.
And really understanding the realistic, I think it is, isn't it? Realistic things that you can achieve, and what's out there, what can help you after having children, and just exploring that side of things.
And I am all for making changes for yourself. Like we were talking literally before we came on air about all the Botox and fillers that I'm about to book in for, because I'm like, my face is falling apart. So I'm all for if you're wanting to make changes for yourself, then like that's your body, your choice kind of thing, but not because you're wanting to be like a magazine cover person who doesn't actually even really exist in life.
Exactly. So, It's so individual.
It is. It
and
really
I think that's
is.
the thing, and that's the whole joy of consulting people. It's such an individual journey.
Yeah, definitely.
And CoolSculpting, the fat freezing, is so bespoke as well.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be completely different in their goals, expectations. Yeah,
definitely. So we are going to head on to our show and tell segment now.
Okay.
So we have got our show and tell section now. So you are going to talk us through, because we were talking in the green room before, people find it really difficult to understand applicators, what's the other word you said? Cycles, and just how it actually even works for the body. So later on we're going to kind of do a demo on me, but do you want to just go through and explain what all of it is to begin with?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have brought in one of the CoolSculpting fat freezing applicators today.
I remember 12.
Yes, you do. They come in lots of different sizes, and when we think about treating a patient, we are looking for little stubborn pockets of fat. So this could be anything from a chin, it could be a little sort of puff that sits above the bra, it could be behind, on the bra line itself, the flank, so that would be like love handles or bingo wings or inner thigh, over the knee, but most commonly I would say is the tummy area that we treat. And this applicator is a super common one. The way it's designed is curved, so it sits really comfortably against the body, and at the back here we see the cooling panel. And when we place this on a patient, and with the CoolSculpting Elite system, you can place two on at the same time, so it's really convenient. But it takes the subcutaneous fat and it gently pulls it into the cup, and then we just place it, we prop you. I mean, you're in a room, you've been there. We have Netflix.
It's lovely. We're sitting there on my phone or reading a book or watching TV, just chilling in the dark with a cup of tea and a banana.
Yeah,
it's great.
Exactly.
I loved it.
And we make sure you're covered and comfortable, and we prop them up, and so you're nice and cozy, aren't you?
Yeah.
But once these are on you, they have a little head to them with Velcro, and we basically wrap them on, and they would stay there. And this one would typically stay on you for 35 minutes. We've got some that are 45 minutes or a little bit longer in duration. So when this gets started, it produces that sort of coldness that goes through into the fat cell, as we said, and it destroys the fat cells there. And then when it comes off, you then get the massage part.
Yeah,
so I will do the lovely massage, but it's not like a nice sort of lavender oil massage, is it? It's a little bit more intense than that. So the analogy I like to use is this: when this starts up, You know when you go outside and your hands get really cold and you come back in and you run them under a warm tap, do you feel that sort of pins
feels
in?
Like,
Because it's like stingy sensation, isn't it? So when this starts, you might experience that for a few minutes and then the area goes nice and numb, so it's nice and comfortable. And then when I take it off to do that massage, you may feel that in reverse a little bit as well. And you can probably tell me, is that exactly how you felt?
Like that. And then for a few days after, I was getting what felt like kind of little like electric shocks, tiny little,
like a bee.
You know, like when you touch someone when they're static. That's kind of what it felt like, just every now and again. Not painful, just kind of you're aware of it. You're aware that it's there.
Yeah, and it can feel a little bit bruised, can't it? Afterwards.
Just
but apart from that,
just a little bruise.
It's not going to stop you doing anything, is it? It's not going to stop you going to the gym. You know, doing work. You know, so right. So shall I show you on you so we can show people how this works?
Stand up.
All right.
Don't worry, I'm not taking my clothes off. Nobody wants to see that.
So, for example, when we do assess, I would obviously be down at the level I need to be to assess this area, and I'd be sort of going along, having a little grip, having a feel, and also looking at which way the fat sort of lies underneath. And then we use the template. So I'm just going to show you here. I'm going to pop a template up against you, for example. That could be a template. So we sort of treat like this all over, and we come up with a plan. So you really know sort of how we're going to go about treating you. When this goes on treatment day, of course, you're lying on the bed, really comfy and cozy, and then we place that over you like so. It sucks in the little bit of fat, and then we just wrap it and place it, and off we go for 35 minutes.
And you just chill for 35 minutes.
You chill, and then off it comes. A little bit of a massage, because we're just breaking down the fat cells. We're getting the warm blood back into the area, and in fact, we do that because we get an even better result for you by doing that. We tip some more cells over the edge, and you'll get a better uptake of cell death. And that's it.
Love it. And so everyone's completely different in how many applicators they would need and how many cycles they would need. So really, would you say to people people's best bet is to come in for a consultation?
Oh, 100%, because when people come in for a consultation, we can ascertain, is CoolSculpting fat freezing going to be the right treatment for you? Maybe it's a combination. So we also have other treatments in clinic. It could be that your muscle needs tightening up, and we have a treatment that does work lots of different muscles in the body.
And I've had that as well.
That one's called Sculpt Neo, and we placed that on your tummy, didn't we? And that takes it through sort of a super maximal contraction. But also it can help with fat cell reduction as well by using heat instead of cooling. So that's another option. And the great thing about that is, if you're hip hitching and you've got children, etc., and you've got a little bit of low back pain, then it can help with that. So we're looking at not only the abdominal muscle, the transverse muscle that runs lower, the obliques that run around the side, and that's a great treatment. Or it could be skin laxity. What you said earlier, didn't you? What's and options of what you might have afterwards. So would we have a skin laxity treatment to help there? And also thinking about women who've had children, perhaps it could be something like a vaginal tightening treatment that you need. It could be that really you just want a bit of rejuvenation and have your skin feel a bit brighter and feel better in that way. So it's about sort of giving you body confidence, looking at the whole array of different treatments you might want to have, and just exploring those options. So hopefully we can answer all those questions within that one consultation.
Your body goes through so much, and I found that the Sculpt Neo on my tummy helped my back as well, because you lose your core when you have children, and then you lose that support for your back, and everything just kind of goes out of whack a little bit, doesn't it? So by having that Sculpt Neo on my tummy, it's given me more support for my lower back. My lower back feels better. My glutes are now back engaging again because I'd lost them for a bit, and it just kind of puts you back into almost just puts you back together again, doesn't it? So coming to you guys and just establishing what your body actually needs to figure out where you can go from there.
I think and I hope that we do that well. You can come in, you can see us. It's a complimentary consultation, so you've got an hour with us, and during that time we can just explore everything. It is about educating, as I said, so it's really a fact-finding mission for you as the patient, and then you've got a whole sort of a bank of things that might be relevant, but they might not be. You might go away and not have anything done. It's not suitable for everybody, but the majority of patients are really happy that they're just more educated and understand it.
Lovely. So at the end, we're going to talk, but we've got a little giveaway of some treatments for the followers. But before we do that, let's do spin and spill with the wheel. The spill wheel. So if you want to give it a nice big spin, we'll see what we get.
All right, here we go.
Oh, Q&A. Let's have a look. Q&A. Hopefully we've got something here. Oh, that's a cancer one. That is... Oh, no, we don't have a Q&A that's relevant to this. Let me think of one that we can do that's actually relevant. What questions do you get asked the most when people come to you for treatment as a mum?
As a mum, okay. I suppose the most common question would be, will it work?
Yeah.
You know, people are investing in themselves.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
It is. And I can honestly, hand on heart, say I wouldn't be able to do my job if it didn't work for patients. Yeah. I need to know that from that moment I consult them, treat them and review them, that I've got happy patients X amount of weeks down the line. Yeah, and that we're sitting there and I've brought joy to that person. And it really does happen. I've had people cry of happiness, hug me, say that all those little tweaks and changes that we made, I've been able to now think about those with my family, and they're eating in a slightly different way, or we're exercising a bit more, moving a bit more. Does it really work? Is definitely, and does it hurt? That's the other one.
See, I'm so skeptical of things like this because I'm a 90s baby. I grew up in the era of like, do you remember wrapping yourself in cling film with like, and like this cream underneath it? Like I did that once, and like just various other things. I can't remember any, like the skinny teas. Do you remember the skinny teas that just made you literally shit yourself all the time? And that's how you lost weight, because you're just pooing everywhere. Because I'm from that era, I'm very skeptical of stuff now. So even with the injectable weight loss, I was like, nah, that's got to be a fad. Like it's not going to work. But because I learnt the science behind it, and I learnt the science behind CoolSculpting, I was like, okay, there's a scientific chain here. This is how it works, so it must work. Whereas some things out there, there's literally no science. It's just like, just wrap yourself in cling film and take this tea that makes you poo everywhere. And,
absolutely. I wouldn't do anything that you see out there. Just go ask a professional first,
ask someone. But we did do some silly things back then. Like the things that I did, I'm like, oh God, why did I do that? But it's wild, isn't it? But I'm so glad that CoolSculpting is a thing that actually scientifically works.
It really does.
Yeah. Amazing. So we're going to head over and do stroller speedway. How are you feeling?
It's been a long time, I have to say. I've watched some people online do it as well, and I'm thinking, my gosh, it's been a long time since I've changed a nappy. So some
of them are so quick. I'm like, how have you done that? So I've never done it before.
Have you not?
No.
We should reverse it.
I really need to do it one day. Not on a day when I'm wearing heels, though. That is not happening. But I need to do it one day. But right now, it's your turn. Let's head over. So here we are at Stroller Speedway. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right, but it's been a long time since I've done anything to do with a baby down here.
How long has it been?
About 18 years since I've changed a nappy.
Remember. I'm sure there's somebody else on there that it's been quite a while for as well. Okay. So we'll see where you land yourself on the board.
Got it.
So situation is, standard baby, we've put her in the pushchair and she's done poo. So you're going to take her out, you're going to clean her bum as clean as you'd like your own child, which in some cases is questionable. You're going to pop the new nappy on, pop her back in the pushchair, slalom that way, and touch my shoulder to finish.
Brilliant.
Happy?
Yeah, happy.
I'll give you a countdown to start, and then we're going to go.
Right.
You've got lovely nails on. They're going to be full of shit in a minute. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Right, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, let's get the full baby out. Oh, gosh. Even that's a challenge.
You're very gentle.
Oh, am I?
Very gentle.
I feel like I've got to do it properly. Oh God, Lottie, it's everywhere. You didn't warn me how bad it was going to be.
It's pretty bad. I have to give everyone the same amount of poo though, so that it's fair. You know, like a science experiment. What's it called? Where you've got to keep everything the same.
Yeah. Oh God, this is revolting.
What's that baby been eating?
Oh my goodness, I might. Yeah, it is literally going to be all over my hands.
Yeah, and all in your nails.
Yeah,
and
lovely.
everything.
I'm going wild.
Malteser spread,
Oh my Lord.
I feel like it still feels weird if you were to then lick your finger.
Oh God, it's the bits in it as well from the Malteser, the multi bits.
Malteser in there.
Wow. Oh no,
So
this is
gross.
awful. This is over the leg. The leg's backwards. This poor baby. Poor child.
God,
poor
you're
child.
doing well.
Right,
Keep
okay.
going.
All right, I'm going to just do one more just to be sure.
You're at a
in
minute
the
now.
cracks. Oh goodness.
So you're not at the top of the leaderboard.
Oh no. Right. What do I need to what's the kind of time I'm looking at?
Well, you want to get it done in the next minute, otherwise you're bottom of the
Oh
leaderboard.
no. Oh no.
You've got a minute.
I'm too much of a perfectionist, Lottie. That's the problem.
I know.
Right, okay, there we go.
Right,
That's
it's
on. That's done.
Back in the push
Back
chair.
in the push chair.
Slalom
Off we go,
action.
baby.
Try not to fall over.
Okay.
We are
Okay,
insured, but
all right, here we
you
go.
know.
I'm glad I put my flats on.
Yeah.
And back again.
Take a cone out.
Back
touch
in
my
here,
shoulder.
Go.
Okay, so you're not bottom of the leaderboard, you're not top.
Okay.
You're actually not too bad. You are drawing with Kate from Secrets of the School Run and Sharon as well with 1 minute 32.
Okay.
Love
Fantastic.
it. That is actually not too bad. Considering you were still cleaning her bum at 1 minute,
yeah.
I was thinking, we could have a new bottom of the leaderboard here. But
And
no,
it's
we're
been
good.
a long time.
Where are we going? We're going in there. That's not bad, actually. There you go.
Thank you.
Your little
All
name
right.
on there. Love it. Well done.
Thank you.
Right, let's head back over.
Fab.
Amazing. How was that?
Terrifying.
Okay, to be honest. You're about midway on the leaderboard,
know.
so not too bad.
Not too bad. I am quite competitive, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish I'd done a little better, but
Yeah.
I'll forgive myself.
To be
It's been a
honest,
long
when you
time.
were still cleaning her at a minute, I was like, "Ooh, we've got a new end of the leaderboard here." But no, you did it really quick after that.
Yeah, it's so
well done.
messy though.
Yeah,
It's literally
I know
so
it's
messy.
You've
Probably still got it on my
yeah,
nails.
you've got it everywhere, haven't you? So you've got a lovely giveaway from Aspire Clinic to give away to my followers, my listeners. So do you want to tell them what that is?
Absolutely. So we've got 2 cycles of CoolSculpting, our fat freezing treatment, to give away to one of your lucky listeners. And what could that mean? What does it look like for you? So if you've got a little sort of lower tummy pouch, it could be an area there that we could treat for you. It could be your bingo wings, on one on either arm. So we could, make that, look a little better for you, for example. So yes, you can use these cycles wherever you want. Of course, it's a complimentary consultation, and we will go through everything in that consultation period to help you understand how you can really use them.
Amazing. So you're all very lucky. You'll be in great hands with Sarah. So if you wait until the 1st of December, so when this episode goes out, and you have a look on Tits, Tums and All Things Mum on social media, on Instagram, you'll see the post there and see how you can enter this giveaway. And it's very exciting because I know how fab you are with all of it. So one of you is very, very lucky. But thank you so much for coming on today and for talking through all of this. Could you finish by telling everybody where we can find you online?
Oh, absolutely. And Lottie, thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
it's
you're
just been an
welcome.
absolute joy. But yes, of course. So if you want to find Aspire Clinic online, then it is aspireclinic.com, or you can find us on Insta. So you can follow Aspire Body Berkshire, and all our information will be on there.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on, and I'll see you soon. And thank you so much to everybody for watching and listening at home. Please do comment and like and subscribe and all the things, and I'll see you next time.